You're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. Las Vegas Aces fall to the Dallas Wings 93-90. I repeat, shocking as it may sound, Las Vegas Aces fall, to the Dallas Wings 93-90. Call it what you may, call it what you want. Ajawilson, selected or self-acclaimed MVP, went out there and played, dropped 40 points, 42 points, and went out there and played some basketball. I mean, really, you look at Ajawilson, when you really get down to it, you got to say 37 minutes, 16 to 22. I mean, 42 points and basically unstoppable. But, man, oh, man, I don't get it. I don't get why you get 42 and you're a +0. You lose by 3. So, basically, your whole 42 contribution didn't really make a difference in the game. I have always told you I won't be oversold on points, but I give Ajawilson credit for getting the 42 points. Now, you get 42 points and you don't win. I always told you, I got a lot of guys I can tell you about that went out and scored 30, but gave up 38, And that's kind of where you are with Ajawilson. Ajawilson, the song and dance is the MVP. My position with Ajawilson, who is a great basketball player, I mean, it's kind of tough to know what are you going to do or what are you going to say about Ajawilson. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you're talking about a player that really is outstanding. But when I get to Ajawilson, here's what always concerns me with Ajawilson this year. As I evaluate it and I looked at it, there's too much I in Ajawilson. There's just too much I this, I that. I've done all I. And when are you going to get to the point that the team matters? You mentioned the team. You silently say it, address it, but all I've ever heard every time I hear Ajawilson talk, it's I. And I don't get the I's, folks. It's different for me because I'm trying to understand what is Ajawilson trying to say, or what is she saying that it's got to be all I.
You know, challenging night, 8 of 28, shooting night, but you came back with an incredible 42 points tonight. How do you mentally and physically prepare for such a turnaround like that? Like, you flip that switch. I mean, I've been professional and everything, but I just want to, get your take on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all a part of the game. I wish I could shoot perfect every game. I wish I could shoot above 50% every single game, but that's not always the case. And I try to find myself. I give myself 24 hours to not just linger in it and feel sorry for myself. Yeah, I just kind of take, like I said, take what the defense gives me, see what the next day looks like, see how they're guarding me, and kind of go from there. But I'm the type of person where I don't let a lot of things linger because it takes you out of the moment. And so I try to give everything its own space. So that was Chicago, cool. Did that, awful, bricked it, cool. And then I kind of floated into this game with the same mindset I went into the Chicago game, like just doing what the defense gives me. And if they fall, they fall. If they don't, I'm going to try to still be productive for my team. And so.
See, so you can kind of see where I'm going there. If you listen to what Ajawilson has to say, and if you listen to it collectively, it's I. You still got a team there. And, here's the problem that I can break it down, and I can see what's going on with the Aces, and I can tell you to it, and I can tell it to you straight as I continue to break it down. The Las Vegas Aces were rocking and rolling with Kelsey Plum. That's the bottom line. They were getting it done, blowing teams out. And Becky Hammond elected upon the return of Chelsea Gray to insert Chelsea Gray back into the lineup. Now, what do you got there that's going on with the Las Vegas Aces now? You got an overload of guards. You got a crowded room at the guard spot, and you're suppressing because you got too many players. What does that mean? When you get to that stage and you start suppressing the players, here's where you're going to have problems, because the problems are not going to stop. The problems are just kind of starting. Because you got a veteran sitting in there that came in, and she's been there for a minute. Her name's Chelsea Gray, and Chelsea Gray is just a consummate pro, but it took the entire offense, and it broke it down, and put it a step off. So you got an entire offense that's a step off. You got Kelsey Plum trying to fit it in, and you got the Aces, Becky Hammond, we're the champions. So, and you're praising Wilson as a selfless superstar. But here's the thing that I got to tell you, Becky, it gets down to the eyes don't win basketball games. Okay, the eyes don't play defense, and the eyes cannot sustain what they have done in the past. Now, but let's put it back in perspective and let's not get ahead of ourselves. I believe that the Las Vegas Aces, the voice of Becky Hammon's getting a little tuned down. I'm not going to say tuned out, but it's getting tuned down. Now, we must also understand that the Aces are back-to-back champions, okay? Let's not kid ourselves. So this is kind of a formality, the regular season. We got to play in the playoffs. Dangerous way to play it because you don't know if you can turn it on in the playoffs. And that's what you're counting on, that, hey, this is the regular season. We'll get whatever seed we get. We'll play wherever we play. But I don't know if the Aces can turn it on against Minnesota. They're playing good. I don't know if the Aces can turn it on against the New York Liberty. They're getting in there, the Seattle Storm. So the Aces are up and down, but, some of these bottom-tier teams are going to be drafted high next year. They somehow are fully loaded. They're spoilers because they're tough to deal with. I'll tell you what, you got the Washington Mystics. Man, that's a tough team. They let a couple players go, but they got a couple more good players. And everybody's tuned up. So the Aces are facing it. They're getting punched in the mouth. Becky Hammon's not happy. I mean, she's just not happy. I mean, there's no moment of joy for Becky Hammon. I mean, it's just frustration after frustration, and she's just tired of it. But it's went around for a long time, and you got to understand, Wilson owns the market, okay? And basically, she's got it. I want to be MVP. I want the MVP award. I don't care what it costs us. I don't care how well we do. I want the award, and that's the most important thing to me. And really, that's the hang-up. The individual accolade, okay, of pressing Angel Wilson, they just forgot to play defense. The Aces just don't play defense. You take them deep in the shot clock, they don't play defense. The overload of guards, here's who you're suppressing, Jackie Young and Hayes, okay? They're getting suppressed. They were in rhythm. They were playing great, and now they've been pushed down. So you don't have that young firepower that you have. Kelsey Plum, they got to share the basketball. Chelsea Gray, okay, Kelsey Plum, who's running it? I mean, that's the battle of the market right there. And the Aces are not the Aces until Aja Wilson, okay? I repeat, Aja Wilson thinks more about the team and less about the individual accolade. Aja Wilson, we know you can go out there and get 40 points in the game. You proved it time and time again. We get it. No problem. Okay, but I need to know, after being the back-to-back two-time champion, you won the MVP award, you won every award they have, can you lift the team? Aja Wilson assists are down in the bottom of the barrel. They can't get any lower, okay, because if the ball touches Aja Wilson, it's not touching anybody else. You might as well start running back down the court. Okay, because that's just the fact of life. She doesn't have assists in her game. Okay, and when you're running that offense through Aja Wilson, but Aja Wilson's not making any assists, folks, that's a tough ticket to sell, and that ticket's going to cost you a lot of money, and that ticket may as well cost you the WNBA championship this year because Aja Wilson is not the Aja Wilson that everybody's used to seeing. Aja Wilson is saying, I'm going to get mine whether we win, lose. I don't care. And I forget about the game less than 24 hours. Who cares, right? Well, that's tough for the team and everybody else that's out there playing and competing, and that makes it hard. But when you're sitting there and you are Las Vegas, you're the team, you're a back-to-back champion, folks, you take the good with the bad, and that's what it is, okay? That Aja Wilson, okay, is I, and needs to go back to being Aja Wilson, my team. Let's get my teammates going. And then the other thing is Becky Hammon, man. I think Becky Hammon's about to blow a gasket, okay, because Becky Hammon she's got such a great relationship with the players. And it happens. I mean, one of the best in the business, Jim Harbaugh in the NFL. I mean, he'll be there for a minute, and then of a sudden the voice gets tuned out, and you got to go somewhere else. I think Becky Hammon's kind of teetering on that point. I mean, you can only win so many championships, and at some point you got to have something that motivates you to keep you going. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. We're powered up by Fanatics. Las Vegas Aces back-to-back champions. My. But the reason is, why can they not win a game? Why are they struggling on defense? Why are they not willing to sit there and make the normal percentage of shots and three-point shots they used to? I think the mindset has changed. Maybe it's the mindset on the court, or it could be the mindset off the court. Extra activities or anything like that coming into play that's changed the mentality of the Las Vegas Aces. Are we looking at a new champion in the WNBA this year? I absolutely think so. Have the Las Vegas Aces, are they running out of gas? Do they got anything left in the tank? There might be about an eighth of the tank left. But if they don't play defense, the tank is going to run empty. They might get bumped out in the first round. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. We're powered up by Fanatics. All things are possible to those who believe. And we promise to get better and better so you can go higher and higher. And this is just the beginning. Las Vegas Aces fall again. Dallas Wings, 93-90. They don't get it done. And give it to the Wings, because the Wings stepped in there tonight. And let's see what the Wings did. Natasha Howard, 24 points, -2. Sabally jumped in there, +2. Okay, you get in there, and you got Ogunbowale and Sheldon going to bounce out there, +3, -3. That didn't help. You know what got it done? The bench got it done. Secrets got it in there and got +7, played 11 minutes. Brown jumped in there, +6, gave him 10 minutes. Azun jumped in there, 21 minutes, gave him +9, 9 points. So you got to look at that, and what do? They went in there, and they got it done. They shot it 48% from the field, not good from the three-point line. But here's the deal. They got up 75 shots and got 78%. You want to go to the Aces, here's where the Aces going to lose ball games. And I'll tell you this time and time again, the Aces going to lose ball games right here. Okay, because when you give up 75 shots, you shoot 62. Yeah, your percentage is good. You're terrible according to their ability to shoot from the three-point line, and 23 of 30 from the free throw line. So it just wasn't their night. And, you know, they don't turn it over much. So it was kind of one of those things. They got 8, and then you got Wings got 11. But when you get to what did they do? The Wings went in there, and they just said snatch 40 rebounds. And you know what? Lazy night, 26 rebounds for the Aces. That's the telltale of the ball game. They got dropped, and they got dropped the bases. Aces went out early, 25-18, jumped out there. Wings fought back, battled a little bit, and then they closed them out in the fourth, because guess what? The Aces ran out of gas. Becky Hammond's got to be teetering at the pot. What else do you want me to do? But this is pro basketball, and the game's the game. Eventually, defense wins championships. They know it, and they're giving up 93. That's not playing any defense. All things are possible to those who believe. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. We're powered up by Fanatics, rocking and rolling. And we'll tell you this, we're going to get better and better so you can go higher and higher. We'll see you soon.